Hey, Senpai. About the script for the closing ceremony?
Just put it over there for now. I'll take a look at it later.
Hey, there's a piece of tape stuck to your back.
It's supposed to be there. It's, fashion.
Senpai?
What the hell? She's totally avoiding me!
Did something happen to Tsubame-senpai?
There's been a rumor going around, didn't you hear? They say that Ishigami confessed to Tsubame-senpai.
Has he completely lost his mind? That idiot. She's way out of his league. How did he think he had a chance?
He was really bold about it, too. He confessed to her publicly in the third year's classroom. And of course, Senpai got totally flustered.
Oh, I heard about that too.
Meanwhile, despite being the center of the rumors, Ishigami has yet to realize what he's done. Everything rests on Tsubame Koyasu's response.
I ran away again. But if I had handed him the heart there and then, it would have been a public confession. Plus, I haven't even decided whether to confess in the first place. What should I... Tsubame-senpai?
Oh, it's Kaguya-chan. Hey, you're popular with guys, aren't you?
Well, I suppose you could say that, but...
Then you get confessed to all the time, right?
About once a month?
When that happens, how do you turn him down? So in the end, I think he's a great guy and all, but I've never looked at him that way before. I've been struggling with how to respond.
I'm surprised. I thought you would have had abundant experience in this area, Koyasu-senpai.
Well, I have, but all the guys that have confessed to me are pretty shallow. They're just like, yo, you wanna go out? That's the kind of confession I'm used to. Casual, with no real consequences. But this time it was a totally earnest, heartfelt confession. I feel like if I turn him down, things between us will never be the same. I'd like to avoid hurting him if at all possible.
Oh my.
Rejecting someone isn't easy either. It might sound selfish to the person being rejected, but the person doing the rejecting also faces a real pressing problem. People don't just reject others because they hate them.
By the way, is going out with him not an option? I'm sure that if you did that, you would fall in love with him.
If I fall in love, I'm not going to be able to think about anything other than him. And I won't be able to focus on gymnastics. I can see it now. My university's kind of far away too, but it's not as if it's impossible to work around that. So if I were to use that as my reason, it'd seem like I just didn't really like him.
Well, I guess I see where you're coming from.
So I don't really have one simple reason to turn him down. It's a bunch of small things, so it's complicated.
I see. So it's not like he has no chance. It figures that the Madonna of the third years would be popular. There's probably dozens of guys aiming for her. There's no way Ishigami would have the courage to confess in public, nor the nerve to confess so quickly. She must have been confessed to by one of Ishigami's rivals in love.
Kaguya was gravely mistaken.
Never fear, Ishigami. I'll completely crush your rival for you.
Kaguya was about to stick her nose in where it didn't belong.
How do you usually reject people, Kaguya-chan?
Let's see. How dare you direct your salacious gaze at me, you pig, is what I say every time.
You say that every time?
Well, I do put it a bit more mildly, though.
A mild execution is still an execution.
If you're not interested, wouldn't it be kinder to avoid giving him any false hopes?
Well,
It's the least you could do. It may be a thankless role, but it's the more merciful thing to do. Don't worry. What doesn't kill him will make him stronger. So go on and completely, totally reject him.
Total rejection, huh?
This is the best course of action.
All right then. I'll trust you and totally reject him.
I did it! You're welcome, Ishigami. I've completely crushed your rival.
So, would you mind consoling him afterwards?
Wait, consoling? Who's going to be consoling whom here?
What do you mean? I want you to console Yukun, of course.
Actually, on second thought, maybe it doesn't have to be a total rejection.
Huh? But you just said...
It'd be far too heartless to hurt someone who finally plucked up the courage to confess. It's simply cruel. Only a demon could do such a thing.
You just said that what doesn't kill them makes them stronger.
What? The person who confessed to her was Ishigami? I never thought he actually had the courage to confess. I thought it was your rival, so I accidentally tried to take you out of the picture. Plus, now she seems more set on turning him down. If Ishigami ends up getting rejected now...
Her following thoughts have been omitted for brevity.
Unbelievable! Ishigami, you idiot! Why'd you have to confess at a time like this? You should have at least waited until you got a good score on the exams. Oh God! I was the one that encouraged him! Hold on. That means this was all my fault. How could I even face Ishigami-kun tomorrow?
Well, if I shouldn't totally reject him, then how am I supposed to do it?
Well...
Hey, I like you. Please go out with me. Here, please accept this.
Fujiwara-san's fairly popular too, I suppose.
The spectacle is nothing out of the ordinary.
I wonder how she'll respond.
Listen up! I've got a riddle for you.
Huh?
What kind of wings have no weight?
Gosh, I don't know. What about that feather from Egyptian mythology? Or maybe how they say that money sprouts wings in the Bible?
Bzzzt, wrong! The correct answer is a heart that's enjoying life to the fullest. The wings of a heart too free to be bound by any one person.
What's this girl even talking about?
Anyway, I have a thief to catch. Sorry about that. See ya!
Wait!
I see. If you want to reject someone, you should just give them a riddle.
No, don't be led astray. That's a bad example.
But the guy even looks kind of refreshed somehow.
That only worked because he was weird enough to fall for Fujiwara-san in the first place. If you haven't built up a resistance to Fujiwara, she'll just confuse you. This was all just a strange dream. Let's both forget we saw anything. Anyway, it's not as if rejecting him or not rejecting him are the only options. You could always just take some time to think things over, right?
Think things over, huh? I guess there's no need to totally shut him down yet.
Hey there, good looking. Could you show us around a bit?
Yeah.
And then maybe we can find a place to have a nice long chat.
I'm busy.
I guess there's people like that all over, huh?
Miko-chan is so serious. Her rejection will probably be super harsh.
Give it a rest already, or I'll call a teacher.
Wait a sec, you're actually super cute.
Nah, legit, you're hella cute.
Totally, I can't believe you're so cute without even wearing makeup.
Don't tell me you don't know yourself.
It's almost unfair how cute you are.
Yo, you legit, when's your break? We can wait however long you need.
I get off in about an hour.
Let's hang out then.
Well, if it's just for a while. Ow!
Sorry, but she had some urgent work come up. She won't be able to take a break, so try somewhere else.
Ray-chan! Ishigami hit me right on the head!
Yep, remember this pain well.
I guess when you reject someone, you really do have to be clear about it.
Look what you've done, Iino.
In any event, that's the first time I've ever seen Ishigami get angry.
Oh no, she's starting to see him in an even worse light. It's not what you think. Ishigami-kun was just worried about Iino-san, so... you see...
And I'd never have thought you cared so much about your kohai, Kaguya-chan. I had no idea. Yeah, I really don't have any idea, do I? I'm going to hold off answering until I learn a little more. Do you think that's okay?
Tsubame's decision was to wait a little longer.
I'm sorry, Ishigami-kun. I'll find you someone, I promise.
To be continued.
Sorry for dragging you out here.
No, I don't mind at all. In fact, I'm honored that you did. So, what did you want to talk about?
Right. The wind is pretty strong, isn't it? Maybe we should have just stayed inside, where it's warm.
I thought it might be chilly, so I brought a poncho. Feel free to use it.
You're scarily thoughtful.
Also, this place is nice and quiet.
Right? I've come to like it here. And check out this cherry tree. When springtime comes, it's covered with bright red blossoms. They're this super deep red color. I wonder if there's a dead body buried underneath.
This is a Taiwan cherry.
A Taiwan cherry?
Cherry trees are in the same family as roses. So, just like roses, there are red cherry blossoms and yellow cherry blossoms. In the language of flowers, these blossoms are associated with bewitching beauty, benevolence, and nobility. It's really...
Wow, you're into flowers?
A little bit. You must think it's weird. I'm a guy, after all.
Of course not. I just found it surprising.
Tsubame-senpai, you've gotta be really careful around that Ishigami guy. He was suspended in junior high for attacking someone. Nobody likes that stalker.
Oh, really?
We don't want anything to do with him.
Well, let's not get too hasty. I'll step in to make sure that everything goes smoothly. Plus, when I spoke with him, he was surprisingly serious and considerate. I realized that I didn't really know anything about you, Ishigami.
What do you mean?
But I want to learn.
Huh? Okay, Taiwan cherry blossoms bloom from January to March, so they'll be in bloom during graduation season.
I wasn't referring to learning about cherry blossoms. Well...
This type of cherry blossom is unique because its flowers don't fall out of the tree.
They don't fall?
Yeah, some people say that cherry blossoms are only beautiful precisely because they fall off and scatter. But I say cherry blossoms that hold on to their branches are good luck. It's kind of encouraging, don't you think?
You know, I've never looked at these that way. It's a shame I never really appreciated it until now. Let's come back when they're in bloom.
Yeah. Wait, did she just invite me on a date?
Now, the main thing I wanted to talk to you about was... I still haven't figured out how to respond. I'd like a little more time to think through it properly. But, I don't want to leave you hanging forever either, because then it kind of feels like I'm keeping you around as a backup, and putting off this decision comes with its own kind of anxiety too. So that's why I wanted to ask you to set a deadline for me to make a decision.
A decision? About what?
Ishigami had not realized that he confessed to her.
Oh, she must be talking about going to see the cherry blossoms. That's right, Tsubame-senpai's schedule must be really packed.
Ishigami was a little off today.
The Taiwan cherry blooms from January to March, but the best time to go cherry blossom viewing has to be in the spring. Anytime from March onwards works for me.
You sure are patient. I would have only put it off for a month at most. It's still December, you know.
It's best not to decide too quickly when it comes to stuff like this. We have to take the weather into account after all.
The weather matters?
In fact, waiting restlessly for the right time to come in is a kind of fun in itself.
Wow, you're strong. If I were you, I'd want to have this over with as quickly as possible. But okay, I got it. Meanwhile, I'll get to know you better.
Huh? Why is she talking about me? Something seems off.
Okay, that takes a load off my chest. Now I can focus on my performance.
Legend of the Devoted Heart. I didn't know our school had a legend like that. It's a story about a man who proves his love by offering his heart to her. I feel like I've seen this before somewhere. Come to think of it, our school has a lot of events related to hearts. Could it have something to do with this legend? Wait! Don't tell me! If this culture festival is modeled after the legend of the Devoted Heart, then does that mean giving someone a heart holds some special meaning? Oh no! I gave Tsubame-senpai a heart-shaped cookie! And she got super flustered afterward. I thought it was just her reaction to the cookie, but that was wrong! Thinking about it in terms of the legend, giving a heart is the same as giving a token of love! So, I gave her a heart, which means... I'm so embarrassed! I accidentally hinted that I liked her out in the open. How embarrassing! Well, it's not like giving someone a heart is the same as confessing. That would be silly, so it's fine. Oh, it's Tsubame-senpai's performance now. She's so cute.
Ishigami was a little off today.